Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Addled Building with your currently sunny Akiva. Now, as you can probably see by the thumbnail, we're working on the Embrace of Darkness today, but I'd like to show you something before I get started. So, this is the Reaper, and it's a fun little project that I made, uh, finished off about a month ago or so, and it's up on the workshop, and I'll put a link below. And I'd like to draw your attention to a couple of the features here. So with this one, I tried to build in these sort of artillery placements by adding a little bit extra fluff here. Now, I realize that you probably can't see this very well, so I'll show off another little cool feature of the GEI ships. You can change the hull color by just manipulating this slot here. So if you like a pink hull color, you can change it to that. If you want it to be a gray or a shade of gray, you can change it that way. So yeah, and this is a feature of all GEI ships moving forward, and it's been a feature for a little while now. Anyways, these sort of overhangs here are used to obscure things like thrusters and give a little bit extra room on the internals without adding a lot of weight and a lot of hull. And it's something I've been using quite a bit lately to try and add spaces for turrets, but also add utility spaces as well. So it's just something I wanted to show off real quick. I have the Reaper here not only because I want to show it off, but because I want to use some of the design ideas that I had on this one on the Embrace of Darkness. And I'd like to show you the internals real quick because, yeah, this is something I need to show off. Well, not show off, but show you. On the internals here, there are a lot of decoys that draw fire in a very, very specific way. So when you're looking at the front, when you're an enemy shooting at the ship, you're going to be drawn to these decoys. And along this line, of course, you're probably going to be drawn to that first, but the point is, there are a lot of decoys in here. I mean, this isn't a decoy, but it is redundant. Alright, just wanted to show you. And then on here, you have some more decoys. And then, of course, turrets as well. Okay, so that's just something I wanted to show off. And this is something that I try to incorporate in all the GEI ships. Whether they're vanilla, reforged, doesn't matter. They get incorporated. Where was I? I was over here. So as you can see, there are some decoys in the front here. And there's a dead space there for some reason. I guess I just haven't put anything there, that's all. Let's go ahead and fix that while we're working on it. Oh, that's wrong Xeno. That's the POI Xeno block. Huh, interesting. Okay. Is that the same on the bottom? No, it's not. Okay. So yes, just a little heads up, I am still sick. Cannot kick this sinus infection, but let's just go ahead and fill that out. There we go. So how you get this is use this block right here. Use this block right here, and it gets this outward. And then you just use a regular triangle block there. And that's how you get that one. Because otherwise, ugh, stop annoying me with that. Otherwise, you can only do it. Well, you can't do it otherwise. You can't do that all sides thing otherwise. I mean, you can do it with well, you can do it in a different way with these. but there isn't one of these for triangles. So you have to use this shape to do that. Okay, just a little tip and trick there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start working on this side again. I know these wings are taking up so much time, but I had an idea, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So let's go ahead and get the blocks set up. Before I do this, I should turn on symmetry plane. Now this neat little thing right here is the current thing that I use for symmetry plane on this ship, because it's dead center. Just double checking. Okay, there we go. Then we can select it. Control Shift A. And scale selection. Scale selection again. Make sure it lines up. And we're just going to paste it for the moment. And then we're going to scale selection again, and we're going to go to just double checking that I scaled that properly after making that mistake. There we go. Paste it, and then move it to where we want. Now we duplicated it to 4 times. We duplicated it 4 times, and in the proper rotations, because I want to move it. I want to move it very quickly to where I need it. Okay, that one's done. Control Shift A again. We're going to cut it. We're going to paste it once. We're going to move it so it overlaps this one precisely. There we go. And then we're going to move it to the very bottom to make sure there's no screw-ups. Then we're going to do a visual inspection. Looks good. Paste it again. Now this will save a huge amount of time when you're trying to do sections like this that are not regular, that are regular sections. And I selected the wrong piece, so let's just deselect and reselect. Control Shift A. Again, cut it, paste it, move it to where you want, and then paste it a 3rd time once you're sure that you can move it. Or once you're sure that it is where it needs to be. So we're going to line it up so that it's just over this. So we need to move it out 1. And we need to move it up 1. And then it's 1 full block back plus an angled block. Oh, okay. Hold up. After that, oh, okay, yeah, it is the right place. Okay. Paste. And then do the same process with this one where we line it up with the other one. Might help if it was directly above it. There we go. And then just move it down there. So that is a quick way to do that. I'm not really sure what I would call that usage of the tools, but it's a quick way to get irregular shaped pieces into place. Now, personally, now that I'm seeing this, I don't think that it looks good there. So I think the teeth would work better. The raising of the turrets would look better that way. So, well, just put myself in a pickle. Well, that's fine. That's completely fine. So instead of doing this, instead of looking at it, we're going to do the undo function. We're just going to undo it again. There we go. And then we're just going to do that again, because that was a way of testing it. So we're going to cut it again. Now, if I was smart and I wasn't 100% sure, like I was for some bloody reason, I was so sure that that would work exactly how I wanted it the first time. Well, it almost never does anyways. So I used the cut function, which is destructive, which is a destructive function, instead of leaving the piece there and just moving it. So that is what you call a destructive function. And what you can do, so you don't have to hit the undo, and you still have the ability to place them, and you still have the references where it is, and you still want the piece where it is, you don't have to use the cut function. You can remove the pieces after. So yeah. But oh well. Now, as you can see here, it's yeah, it removes the turret, but whatever. Did not mean to do that. Luckily, that's easy to fix. Oh, nice. I did it properly the first time. Nice. Wrong one. Again, I need to do the top one first because it's easier to see. Control-Shift-A, cut, paste once, move it. Make sure it lines up. Yep, we're good. Move it down. Moved it down perfectly the first time. That's impressive. Just do a double check to make sure there's no issues with placement on the top one as well. Now it's in the blue box, so you know it's been pasted, and there we go. That is how you do a nice little quick addition. Now I am going to turn on symmetry plane here for a moment, but I am going to turn vertical off and put hardened steel over this, and hardened steel over this. So one thing that I can do with this, now that it's been finalized, is I can start putting in the antennas and manual fire weapons. So we're going to get the manual fires, and we're also going to pull up these antennas. Let's just go ahead and get rid of combat steel for the moment, or not combat steel, but steel for the moment, and it's fine. Okay, so first off, I'm going to get one of these antenna 6s. And put this one here. Oh no, that's not the one I wanted. Antenna 9. Okay. Now, what is behind this? Well, not anything. So I don't. Oh, there's a generator around it. Okay. Now, I do have one symmetry plane on, and that's all I need at the moment. So some of the antennas are longer than others, and that's important to keep in mind for a few reasons. Well, one, they can be longer than the device that you're putting in front of it, which is why these antennas are here, so I'm going to be using that one. Now, I think this one works better here on the outside. And then this is a short one as well, so we're going to put that one there because it just looks better. And we're going to go to the other side to make sure that it's rotated properly. And now you're going, and this is a problem with this particular antenna, is that it doesn't really rotate properly on when you're using symmetry. So keep that in mind when you're using that antenna. Also, I realize that that one isn't rotated how I like. So the default number, the block limit number is 6. Now, some people prefer more, some people prefer less, but I'm just going to stick to block limits for the moment. I know, why I look at all those turrets and I'm just like, why are you sticking to block limits? And I'm just like, because I don't know. Now, the reason I want these further out is because I want them to be targeted first. You gotta remember that all these things are going to be targeted, so just keep that in mind. I'm just gonna copy that. And I'm not going to be using symmetry plane to be putting this one in. So this is just to keep them from chain reacting. Now, I don't know where I'm going to put these. I mean, I could put them in here and maybe back here, but they're longer, so they're going to be right up against that, and I don't want them right up against... Yeah, so might have to put these somewhere else, or sometime somewhere else. My English sucks, okay? Just deal with it. Okay. Anyways, that's hardened steel behind that one. That one's just gonna be, I might as well just use hardened steel there as well. Hardened steel there. Okay. Got your lasers along that line. It's in. Yeah. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could put the RDs there along that edge, but I don't think we need to do that yet. And to be honest, I prefer to have the RDs along the center line. Oh, I already have the lasers there. Oh, okay. Well, that'll be easy. Symmetry plane. And I realized that I didn't have symmetry plane on when I was doing that, so I'll come back to that in a moment. Because I prefer to have these closer to the center line. And I might move them again later. Or I might just be a smart pickle. And just put them here. I think that looks better. I realize there's 6 of them there, but this isn't really block limits anyways, so whatever. Oh, there's only 2 there. Only 2 there. Okay, well. Okay. That works. Whoops, zoomed a little bit too far past it. So now we're going to turn off symmetry plane. Again, because, well, yeah. And I also realize I might have made a mistake with symmetry plane. And I'll illustrate that again in a moment. There we go. So when I remove these, oh, but I did undo, so it's fine. Yeah, I did undo to fix it, so it's fine. Okay, never mind. Alright. That's a lot of work for a little bit of time. And sometimes it just goes that way, where it's just a lot of work in a little time. Now, I wonder if the landing pad has anything in the container controllers. Like all the blocks that I switched off my hotbar. Nope, no, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll get some decoy blocks again. Now, in the next episode, I know I'm probably putting myself out on a limb here. In the next weekend Addled building, I'm planning on looking at RE2. I probably should have announced this at the beginning of the video, but nah, better late than never. I'm planning on looking at RE2 live, and I'm going to, well, not live, but, you know, in the recording, and I've got to warn you guys, I'm going to be brutally honest about it. If I don't like something in it, I'm going to say it, okay? So, keep that in mind. I thought about doing honest review segments on this channel for, like, workshop scenarios. Yeah, I'm not doing that yet. If that's something that you'd like to see, let me know in Discord. But if not, I'm just not doing it unless you tell me you want to see it in Discord and that you will find some merit in it. I'm not gonna do it. It's just too much of a headache, and it's just asking for too much trouble. I mean, I'd love to do honest reviews about workshop scenarios, but to be brutally honest here, being brutally honest to people like Raving and Vermilion, and I realize I said that same phrase multiple times, just means that they have their attack dogs go after you. And as much as they don't like to say that they don't have attack dogs, I've got plenty of evidence in a Google Doc where it's just a crewman of messages where people that they're friendly with just, like, somebody says something in their Discord, and it's something that they don't like or they don't agree with or it doesn't align with their worldviews, and anybody that's in that Discord gets in DMs with that person that said it and just tears them apart. And I don't want to. I don't want that toxicity in my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to. It's sad. It's discouraging to any creators, but as a creator, you have to walk a line of trying not to piss people off. And you can't say what you want to say, because then somebody with a bigger community will tear you down. It is what it is to be a creator. I wish I had the following that CoffeeZilla had, and can go after people that clearly do really, really bad shit. But, no. Doesn't happen. Maybe someday, but, yeah. Maybe on a second channel. I might just do it on a second channel for the fun of it. Because I do believe in sticking up for yourself and saying... And if you have something to add to it, and you believe that you have a ability to say it, and you can add to the conversation and help people through adding through the conversation and do constructive feedback, honest constructive feedback, then I believe you should be doing it. And I have some feedback in for these scenarios, but yeah, I don't know. I might just do it on a second channel. So I might be advertising that next week. In fact, I might just do that recording after this, and then set up that second channel. But problems with setting up a second channel: you have to put out enough content and get enough, and apply for it to be verified, so that you can upload longer than 15-minute channel content videos. So that's another problem with me doing a second channel, is that I have to do that. Anyways, kind of got off on a tangent there, but I hope you learned something from the tangent, which I always try to infuse some of my knowledge into the tangents, and try and be positive about them, but it doesn't always happen. So yeah. Anyways, if you disagree, let me know in the comments. And let me know why you disagree too, because if I don't know why you disagree, I can't really respond to you. I mean, I can't really engage with you if I don't know why you disagree, or you just say, I disagree with everything, I think you're a troll. How do I respond to that? How do I respond to that? Other than just laugh at it, because it just means that you didn't take the time to give anything that I can take any information from, guys. I mean, come on. I've had a couple of those comments recently where it's just like, I hate your channel, and I'm just like, well, apparently you like it enough to leave me a comment. Thanks for that. But other than that, I can't really engage with you because, well, you didn't add anything to the conversation. I mean, come on, guys. Anyway. I'm really not sure what I want to do with this at the moment. Oh, wait. No, I am. Okay. So, first off, we're going to start by removing these blocks right here, because they were not meant to be added anyways. And we are going to make sure that we have steel blocks, steel and carbon on me at the moment, because I want to be doing this with steel and carbon. So this is going to be the next part of the video, and that was just the intermission, apparently. That was just the intermission. Anyways, so we are going to be doing some shaping similar to this. Come on, W key, don't get stuck. Thank you. So first off, I'm just going to put this back like this, and go down one, forward. Let's copy that texture so I have less to do there. And because there's already a line here that I can work off of, I'm going to leave that there. Okay? So we're going to do that. We're going to go down like this. There we go. Now, those of you who are familiar with my channel might be seeing what I'm doing here. Might be seeing, Akiva, are you doing that shaping again? And To those who know what I'm doing here, I salute you. Thank you for watching my channel regularly. Right, while I'm doing this, I'd like to let you guys know that I am still sorting out music. I did a recording recently, and it got copyright strike before I even put it up, and I was just like, okay, so apparently that piece of music that was tagged as no copyright was copyrighted, or seen as copyrighted by YouTube. So, yeah, that was annoying to say the least, the fact that I had to take it down and re-record it, but, whatever. It happens. But it was only one song out of the entire playlist that I got through during the recording, so hopefully one more test and it'll be good. So hopefully next week. Okay, there we go. Going to start removing these blocks now that the shaping is done. I just did that really quickly to make sure that the shaping was there. I realize I just removed that block, but you'll see why in a moment. Okay, so we're gonna grab some XL thrusters. Get my filters right here. Yep, there we go. I mean, I could have just grabbed it from the other shape here, but whatever. So I want to push these out as far as I can because, okay, well that's not gonna work. Really? You're just, okay. Well, if I do that, it works. So this is something that I do regularly, and that is push these thrusters out so that they're overhanging. And the reason that I do this, I am going to pull them back one though. The reason that I do this is because, well, you shouldn't be taking fire from that end anyways. And they also have a huge amount of health. You should always keep your nose to the enemy. Always keep your nose to the enemy because most ships are meant to build. Give me a second. Just give me a second to think about my words before I come back, and I'm also going to have a drink. Okay. Okay. So the reason I normally pull these back, well, not pull them back, but have them overhanging so that they're out like this, is twofold. Possibly threefold. Bear with me. I keep these, I mean, I like doing this because, first off, you should always be keeping your nose to the enemy because of the decoys in the nose and the way that it's spread and the way it's set up and the turret spread is. Second, these thrusters don't have many hit points. I mean, they don't have a very big chance of going boom because of the amount of hit points that they have. Third, yes, I do have a third point. Third point is the way I set this ship up with the decoys on the internals here, on the edges, the amount of fire that's actually going to get to these thrusters is going to be minimal. So grouping these thrusters up with those three facts in mind is not going to be a problem, okay? There you go. Anyways, that's my rationale for this, and bear with me. So, next I am going to go ahead and grab this shape. And this is something that I did on the Aurora and something that I've been doing since. Now, I'm not going to be using... Geez, my words suck right now. My ability to communicate sucks right now. I think that's because I'm just tired from being sick so long. I probably have some sort of vitamin deficiency right now that's causing it to be worse. And 2 brain injuries doesn't help. So, yeah, anyways. There we go. So I'm going to put a generator there, and instead of doing it that way, I am going to do it this way. And we're doing it from scratch for this build. So now I'm going to put these up and up like that, and I'm also going to grab a wireless extender. Now, the reason I'm doing it at this stage is because I often forget to add these when I'm building, when I'm building here, and I forget to add them, and then I have to shoehorn them in later, and it irks me to no end. So I might as well just add them now. Now, you don't really need to worry about hit points on this because, well, Zyrax suck at aiming. Let's just put it that way. There was a story I can tell you from back in the day where it was, you know, I'd love to put that there, but yeah, whatever. There's a story from back in the day where I was on Spange's Reforged Eden server, and I had decided to log out. Well, not log out. I had decided to go to an exploration sector, and thinking that it was one of those really quiet exploration sectors. I was wrong, and it wasn't quiet. But what was really funny about it was the fact that when I go out to do some changes on the ships, I was going to add some turrets, and I hear these booms, and I'm just like, great, a drone is spawned, so I just keep going about my work. And then I'm just like, a few seconds later, I hear some more booms. I'm just like, you know what, let's check to see what it is. So I get back in the cockpit quickly and ping the radar. And sure enough, there's an Emerald plucking away at me while my shields are down. Now, you might think, oh no. No, actually it's a lot funnier than that. So I go back to... So I get the heck out of Dodge and I start turning on my shields. And I get to a safe spot at a trading station. And this... I look at the damage. And I kid you not, the damage is almost non-existent. I lost 3 steel blocks on one of these outer edges on the back of the ship. I lost 3 steel blocks and maybe 5 or 6 carbon blocks. And I sit there awestruck, or just stunned for a moment. And I'm just like, so you basically just told me to bugger off by removing a couple of deco blocks. By removing, so you picked a fight with my glowy blocks rather than doing anything productive, Emrat. Really? Really? Yeah, that's what had happened. Is this silly Emrat had picked a fight with my glowy blocks on the tail end. like the exact same section that I'm working on right here, or right down here. And I'm just like, this is Reforged. This is Reforged Eden 1, and this is the best a Emerald on surprise that surprised me could do. Are you kidding me? Are you... That was literally my response, and it still is to this day. It's like, that's the best you could do. And I'm just like, well, Frank, I've got an insurance claim for you. Oh no, Akiva, you lost your ship again? I'm like, no, it's for some carbon armor and some glowy paint and maybe some steel. And he's just like, why the frick are you coming to me for an insurance claim on this? Why? And I'm just like, dude, I just came here to give you a hard time. I already fixed it with the repair tool. I'm just like, damn straight. He's just like, damn straight. You're not getting me to do an insurance claim for this. I don't want to freaking do the paperwork. And I'm just like, okay. I won't do the paperwork on it. Okay, have a good day. Good seeing you, Akiva. Get out of my office. Okay, I'm making a story out of it, like a little RP story out of this, and I love doing that. But yeah, basically my response. I'm just like, yeah. So I tell my friends about it, and they're just like, I don't believe you. I was just like, here's the screenshot, and I was recording at the time, and so I shared that privately. Of course, the video's gone now, of course, but yeah, it's I was just laughing. I was just laughing. This is the best you can do. This was the best that you could do. Like, Zyrax. When you ambushed me, this was the best that you could do. You guys suck. Get good, Zyrax. Anyways, enough of that story at the moment. But I hope you enjoyed. Anyways. Really, I don't have hardened steel on me at the moment. Okay, that was my mistake. And I wish I was embellishing just how little damage it was. I'm not. It was a few blocks off the tail end of my ship on one side. I was just like, good grief. Good grief, that's just sad. Now, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing there, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to switch back over to steel for this. Oh. Right. Okay, well, that's not too bad. Okay. Copy the right block, please. Thank you. Right. That was my bad. Come on, copy. Thank you. Now, I just realized the mistake I made here. And that was, yeah, that was a dumb one. So, let's do this again. so first off, we're going to texture this with the basic color, and we're going to make sure that it's textured properly all the way through. Okay, grab that. Grab that texture again, make sure it's set properly. Okay, perfect. And that'll just get replaced later. Okay. Now, you might be wondering, Akiva, why are you doing this? It's because texturing this doing that exact texture work repeatedly is a pain in the butt. So it's easier just to use the copy function that copies the block, the texturing, and everything to do this, because it's just so much time saving. It's just so much time saving. It saves you so much time, and it's a lot less of a headache. It's just smart, okay? It's just something smart. I hope that you do it because it saves you time. When you're doing complex texture work like this, hope that this little trick saves you time. Anyways. And I realized I made another mistake here. So, and that was not doing this to these edges. No, it's not that texture to the edges. It's this texture. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that just gets replaced. Never mind. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're good. And I'm using carbon blocks on the hotbar just because, yeah. Did not mean to do that. Yeah, that's going to cause a fun problem. Okay. As I said in a couple of the recent videos, dealing with xenotextures can be a pain in the butt. And, especially when you're shaping them like this. But, that being said, as long as you're aware of it and work around it, you're good. Well, that's a fun little shaping issue there, but you know what? We're not going to worry about it. Now. Oh, okay, yeah, that's easy to fix. Okay, there we go. Just leave that there for the moment. There we go. Now, that does lead to another problem, but I'm sure we can solve that. Ah, dang it. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Now, as I said in a previous video, I did place that downward thruster in a tentative place as a placeholder. And the reason for that being that I didn't know what I was going to need to do there, okay? So, it was just a tentative placement of it, and, well, we moved it, didn't we? Okay. Well, not we, but you help me out with this, okay, guys? I am going to say we here. That reminds me. On the Discord, you get access to some perks if you join the Discord, including free merch, exclusive builds. You get to preview builds early. In other words, you get access to builds before I publish them on the workshop sometimes, because I like to have them live tested by players. And then there's some there's some other perks such as notifications and things like that. I do polls. I ask questions occasionally. I ask for feedback from builders. If I get stuck on a problem, I'll ask for some help. When my mental health allows it, I will do streaming in that Discord as well. So consider joining the Discord. It's where I hang out most of the time. It's where I interact the most, and, well, I do see your comments on YouTube, but yeah. Anyways, just consider joining. It's fun. And I'd like to hear from you. I like your feedback. Now, I also have a Patreon that gives access to some exclusive perks as well. Consider checking that out. There'll be a link below. Anyways, that's enough plugs. Also, make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Got to do all those plugs. I mean, I'm kind of obligated to do them at this point. Come on. Can't fault me for that. Did I turn off full symmetry plane, or did I just turn off? Yeah, good. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, so I'm just going to leave it there. Oh, that's steel. Okay, yeah, I need to get the right one then. I mean, that's combat steel, so I need to get the right one. Okay. That's gonna irk me a bit. Whatever. That might become a problem as well. Well, having the down thruster that's supposed to be there being further back is not going to be a big problem. So we'll just go ahead and place that. again, tentatively place that. Right, I didn't have symmetry plane turned on. Great job, Akiva. Just great job. There we go. Alright, well, it has been an hour of chilling the building. Oh, okay, Seattle building. Good lord, I can't believe I just said that. Anyways, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I hope to see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like, a subscribe, a comment. If you believe that you have a... No, scratch that. If you have some feedback for this build and want to let me know that, or just want to say something about what the build is and how you think it would look cooler, let me know in the comments. Just please don't ask me to change it from black. You can do that yourself. Remember to have a wonderful day. You matter. Don't let anybody else tell you anything different, but you matter. You matter as a person, and remember to have a wonderful day. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you to my patrons, JD Bruce and the Insane Aerospace Engineer. You guys help me. Improve this channel. And thank you for your continued support. I hope to see you guys again next time. Have a good day. Banshee out.